Now, changing a bit the subject, even with the information revolution, knowledge just one click away, is mismanagement still one of the main reasons small businesses fail today, or is it secondary?
Somebody can have the best system, the best idea, and the business fails because they don't have enough finances. The bottom line is that it takes money to make money. And, if you have the best way I can illustrate that, on any financial statement, the first thing you're going to have, the first line you're going to have is going to have sales. The second line is going to be the cost of sales. Nobody makes $1 without spending something.
Now, in regards to sales, in the
manufacturing concern, that's going to be raw materials that you've made. If it's going to be a retail, it's going to be the goods that you bought for wholesalers, and then you bought it for $10, you sold it for $20. So you get your gross profit margin, which you use to pay your overhead, the rent, and all the other support expenses. So basically, really, the bottom line is that is people have to have jobs, and no economy is going to work, no business is going to work if you don't have customers. And these customers have to have jobs. They have to have money.
Do you think that big retailers are taking away those sales from small businesses? That so-called megamarts are killing big small businesses because they tend to have cheaper prices sometimes in regards with the raw materials, or because they're more comfortable for the consumer?
It depends on the product. If you're talking about products like clothing, which has a very high markup anyway, then I would say they're not a threat, because people, because it depends. If you can get your product to them, say for example, somebody needs a pair of jeans, they're not going to go in the corner where you're at, and especially today where we're at, with the snow and everything, you need a pair of jeans, you're going to go to a chain. But everything being equal, if you know where you can go, say if you can go over to New York and go over to the Orchard Street, I forgot the district over there where there's a lot of where the clothing is sold at a really low price. You can do that. Again, it's all dependent on the industry. Now, if we want to talk about, say, Walmart, or we want to talk about, say, a Home Depot or Lowe's, of course, these are going to hurt. A Home Depot or Lowe's is going to hurt a hardware store. Okay, I would agree with that. I would also agree that Walmart might hurt certain stores, certain mom and pop stores. Because if you're going to go to the corner store and get milk and bread, you're going to need other stuff. So you're not going to patronize the corner store for the milk and bread when you get the milk and bread at Walmart, along with other things.
What about outsourcing jobs and imported goods? Do you think that they're a big problem today, that they compete too much with small business, that they take away from the national market?
Where?
In general, do you think that retailers that import the goods rather than buy from national small businesses or local factories are killing, let's say, small business in the U.S.?
I would agree, yes. I would say yes. I think we need to do a better job on how we're balancing that. A lot of the larger firms are outsourcing things, and it definitely hurt the economy. But there's not going to be nobody. You might say, okay, what can we do? What we have to do, we have to change. We have to change the way we have to change how we're doing business, and what's the focus. And right now, the focus is that the corporations are trying to really have allegiance only to their shareholders. They don't have an allegiance even to their customers. they're loyal first and foremost to their shareholders, their management and shareholders. You know, depending on what your theory is, you know, I mean, as the richest, you know, which has the higher priority.
What about vice versa? If companies don't have allegiance to their customers, do you think there's still brand loyalty, that customers have an allegiance with the brand, with the company?
In some instances, it depends on the consumer. A lot of times, people just want something that's going to, you know, complete the task that they're basically trying to do. Like, for example, if you want, soap powder, a soap powder cleaner, a soap for the laundry clothes. If you go into the store, you can buy a store brand maybe for, you know, let's say for sake of argument, for say $3. Whereas the more established brands are going to cost you like 3 times that much. There's a trade-off because the ones which charge more, they're going to clean better than store brands or the ones the discount brands. So I think people really, what people really are doing are going to see that whatever does the job the best, and then whatever does the job the best for the most economical course. So I think this is a little more nuanced and a little more complicated than saying that, okay, what we're going to do is that the big brands are hurting the little brands or vice versa. I think people are just buying for functionality.
Now, just on the trivial side, to end the interview, the National Federation of Independent Business so-called optimism index fell for the first time in 5 months to 92.6 in December, following November's 93.2, the highest since the beginning of the recession. How relevant is this, and what does it actually mean?
You said consumer confidence?
Does it really indicate what small business owner feel, or is it too general? Can you actually put a value on optimism?
No, I think it's something. These measures of performance are, at best they're 50,000-foot view, meaning that they're very much removed. The bottom line is that, the bottom line is that really the performance of the economy and the health of small business are really going to be contingent upon people, the country in general, having the unemployment rate go down. People having jobs and having the ability to pay for the things they need, because small businesses are not there primarily for, you have some that's for disposable income, but you have some where people are making things for necessity. And no matter, just because you need something, if you don't have the money to buy it, then the engine's not going to grow. The economy is not going to go or grow. So, I'm saying the industry that you just quoted, that's something that I think is kind of tangential. I don't know that that's, or I would dare say peripheral. I don't see it having direct. I don't see it having direct effect on small business.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amin. My name is Andres Binker-Cosen from 21 Stocks.